Hi, this is Eric, and I'm at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm in the cow barn with my little miniature Zebus. Hello, you guys. And because it's raining, so they're not in the pasture. And this is Florida Natural Farming. Today I'm going to look at the mangoes, just the mangoes in the back that I have for food, for sale. They're like looking really good, and there's quite a bit of them. Anyway, hold up. So here's my little babies. That's Skitch. Here's a little bull. He's so cute. Cute little Wally. So gentle and nice. Doesn't ever do anything mean. You can walk through the pasture. That's Pepsi, of course. She's like golden, copper colored. She's stunning. Hi, Pepsi. And got a black face mask. My little darling girl. She listens to me, so I got him on rotational grazing. Say hello, girl. My little girl, I love you. These are all raised by their mothers. This is from out of Rick Bogle's cow, Belle Pride, and his bull with all the spots. You know who he is. She's gorgeous. I love her. She's an angel. This is her little son. He's got quite a bit of speckles. He's like orange and gold. And he's got like shadow speckles. So, you know, like different tones of orange, I guess is what it is. And he's very typey and he's very beefy. He's gonna be little. Both of these two, the bull and this cow are 32 inches. Right, Pepsi? She turns black in the winter, or the spots turn black, except for her mask, turns gold in the summer. She has a few black spots that stay black on her legs, but she's copper colored. She's golden. She's my golden girl. That's what she is. Oh, I love her. Speckled Baron. Is that his name? Yes. Bogle Farm Speckled Baron. That's her father. Wally. So she's like a niece of Mondo Perkins' cow, Cappy. Or he is. This one, the bull. Bogle Farms, midnight 1910. And he's getting his red finally. You can see it on his chest. It's not really all there, but they're just in here for the rainstorm, which just happened. I have them on these really long, narrow little pastures, rotationally grazed. I just did the cows on them. I'll just show you real quick, and I'll show you what the grass looks like way in the back. I don't give them any hay except in the barn. As soon as it rains, they run in. So as soon as it stops raining, it runs out. So this is what it looks like from back here. This was all, they were in this little area here, and it was very overeaten grass. The donkeys are in rotational grazing in the back, and I opened up one of their pastures to the cows to make this really long, narrow pasture set up. So it's on. Carnation's looking better. That's my crap. Hi, Carnation. She's almost getting more white. She looks a lot better than she did. Now, girl, you look better, don't you? She's still too skinny. But yeah, that's what it looks like. The donkey is on top. It's mostly hay. Easily a bale of hay. I use it for bedding, basically. They eat a little bit out of it, and then they chew their cud and sleep on it and do their business on it. And then I make compost out of it, and I spread it. I clean the barn, and I drop it year-round every day. So none of these mangoes can be sold for food because I have crap that I drop near here. So these are all mangoes I have to eat, and I've been eating them, and they've been really good. These are Sweet Tart mangoes. That's one of the mangoes that was covered in powdery mildew in a February 20th video I did, the monthly farm update of this year. These are Venus mangoes. They're quite delicious, quite big. The rats really enjoy them. You can see that the manure that these were huge piles, are almost gone. There's no manure showing. That's what's I find interesting. All I see is hay and there's a raccoon. I see hay and pine shavings. Zeppy, what are you doing? You got 2 kittens, huh? What are you doing, girl? Don't eat my mangoes, little girl. I know. I'll see you in a bit. Hold up. The raccoons don't seem to eat the mangoes unless they're like on the ground. They'll scratch them if they're dangling. I think it's mostly to play with them, see what they are. So here's a honey-kissed mango. These are still these mangoes in the back. I should just move to the back and show the ones that I'm selling for food. But as you can see, the claw marks. But possums will get up there, and rats and squirrels. But they don't get very much. This is a peach cobbler. What are you doing, phone? Thank you. Peach cobbler mango. Nice set of mangoes. This is that kwai mak that's like, this is the 3rd year in a row it's set fruit. I see some bigger fruit, but not a lot of it, but it's definitely bigger fruit. Those big ones on the ends. It had hundreds of blossoms on it, which is what all those little yellow spots are. This is fruit punch. Why does this phone keep doing this? It's that peach cobbler. Honey kiss. Go over here real quick. So, I've like said that this place is for sale. So it looks like it's a tiny little house from over here, but it's okay. It's really big. It's built in 1962. I love it. It's made of concrete and used to have the air conditioner right there. I'm gonna go in here just for a second. Look at this purple tree colored. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. I have to take care of some business. I want to keep that. These things are looking good, the air plants. It's my sunroom that I had all those aeroids in that I moved all of them outside. And that's one of those Licula palms. And there's another one over there. The bigger, the one that has the solid leaf. This is why I came over here. This rose, look at this. This is a climbing rose called crepuscule. It has thorns, but it's an antique rose, and it's a disease-prone rose everywhere else. But here it's not. We all know why. We grow organically. We're not organic certified or biodynamic certified anymore, but we try to, I do everything the same I did. In fact, I do less, but I have added one input, but I don't have to tell them I added it. It's the OMRI approved diatomaceous earth. When I clean the barn out, I put it on the cement floor just a little bit, food grade. And that's it. And then grass hay. That's our only input now. What is it? It's coastal hay. It's gotten quite expensive, but I just use it for bedding, and the cows eat it. I opened up the gates in the morning and let the cows out in the pasture, and they eat hay all day. And then if it rains, they run in the barn. And at night I lock them in because there's coyotes around here. And I have them on these rotationally grazed pastures. Now, this phone does this here. Right, you know, these iPhones, I think it might be the cover. It gets blurry, that's what I'm talking about. So this is an ingot tree. This is a diamond. It's a Sweet Tart mango. Come on, phone. Oh, really? It's not that. Focus. You can do it. So I'm pretty sure that this little tree down here is that, this Garcinia tree is the, it's got the long pointed leaves like the tree chuelo. So quite excited about that Garcinia. I've planted so many of those Garcinias. Dulcis, acuminata. I thought acuminata was dulcis. I mean, madruno, but Blind Fox Fruit has said that it's not, so it has a different leaf, and I have that acuminata planted here. I got sources from like different growers of Garcinias of seeds and bought in bulk and planted them. So like 4 different types of dulces from all over and acuminata seeds from all over. And but it's been so long, but it's all documented because I had to keep records when I was certified. So all that stuff is here. I didn't mark where I planted. I don't mark where I plant stuff, but I know where stuff is when it gets fruit on it. That was the MB. We have those. They're $4 each. But I found that I really like them. I like them the best of all Garcinias. They get very, very sweet if you let them ripen. And you can let them ripen on the counter, unlike other Garcinias. And they're juicy and sweet and delicious and orange and like, they're just good. So one of the perks of having a fruit farm I can buy my own fruit. Plant the seeds. The donkey's begging for hay. This is the cashew, and I see that it has a ripe fruit on it, which I hadn't noticed before. Is that a ripe fruit, or is that what is that? See that? I look through the camera. That's my problem, I think. I don't look through the camera. So right here, yeah, it's a small fruit, but considering how long the drought, boy, that soil is soft here. How long the drought was, the creatures are getting it too. It's a very tiny fruit, but it's the first fruit, so. It set the fruit with the drought, which was only because I put all this 600 pounds of peat-on hay around it. So all these people that talk about cows being the methane problem, well, the people in the US eat cows, they love cows. And it's not the cows, it's the same thing with the E. coli. They complain about the E. coli from the cows. It's not the cow, it's the management. So the cows are can fix the problem, but because we poison them and we keep them in small spaces, their manure is worthless. And so they think they can replace it with chemicals, which I don't know how it's working for everyone else, but I know how the Zebus manure works for us. And need I say more? On to the mangoes. Thanks for like tuning in and supporting me and like commenting and liking. I've never said that, but I've realized that this whole YouTube thing is a so I'm going to look at our Sweet Tart mango down here because it's right here. I'm not going to come back. I'm just going to stay in the back. Before I go in the back to the food grade mangoes, I'm going to look at this Sweet Tart. Look at this thing. So we have hundreds of Sweet Tart fruit. It's like the healthiest, best, most vigorous, heaviest producer we have. I'm not sure if that's because it's always been my favorite. One tree, not all Sweet Tarts are created equal. Sweet Tart, I have a Sweet Tart tree that is like incredible. That is definitely 100 times better, but it's a grafted tree from Zills. All our fruiting trees came from Zills. So these are all the little mangoes that froze. So we're in the back now. These are the, come on phone. These are the cow pastures. This is a diamond mango, and they have a ways to go, but there's a lot on here. There's no claw marks on them. This isn't a raccoon pathway. It's one of those froze mangoes. So all this carbon is like building soil. You know what? I don't hate to say it, but I found that the soil that builds the best is St. Augustine grass. If you let it go, it builds soil so fast, it's crazy. Scary. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you stay off of it. This is a cotton candy. Look at these mangoes. These are all our food grade mangoes. I haven't put any manure back here in more than a year. They're looking good. Cotton candy was a very slow to produce, but you know, these are all dry farmed. That's one of the mangoes that froze. There's the cotton candy. So yeah, we don't water anything at all. I don't believe you have to. If you respect the soil cover on the sand, then it allows the sand to pass nutrients through it into the root zone, because it's not compacted and disrespected. That was a Sweet Tart. This is a Sweet Tart. Has 2 crops on it. I love that. I think it's the only one that's, no, I've had my biggest Sweet Tart has done that, so it's got little fruits there that are obviously going to set in there. So 3-year-old trees. That's one of the mangoes that froze that had fruit on it, but I see they're all going to fall off. See, I didn't even need to take them off. There's a Sweet Tart mango there. I said that was the mango that had MBBS. It wasn't MBBS. It was the melting disease, that where they start melting at the top and they go down. And I took my bokashi lychee. This was the last spot where we had standing water, right where that mango is. You could tell how much lower it is from here. This is eye level, so it's way down. And it doesn't have standing water anymore because I buried those BD 500 horn, the whole horn, after I dug them up on spring solstice and buried it there. And that's the only one that survived. So it stopped it though. I poured it on it and it stopped it, and it took about 3 years before it started growing back, and that's what it looks like now, was fruit after 3 years. Or no, that's 4 years, because that's an old tree. That's right, they all died there. These are the 3-year-old trees. That was the 5-year-old tree, so this was like 4 years. Oh. So Sweet Tart. So, you know, back then I would do all kinds of different fruit scraps and combinations in the lychee, in the bokashi, and there was soldier flies in there, and I experimented on spraying it on Garcinias, and this is a Sweet Tart. Garcinias. Look at all those mangoes in it. Hundreds of Sweet Tarts. Sweet Tarts. At least the phone's behaving for the Sweet Tarts. I did say I was going to do a mango video, and then I like jerked it around all the time. It's beautiful. So this is the new area where the cows are, the rotational pasture. I'll show you up further. They're not in that pasture. So fruit punch, did not fruit, or it had fruit, they all had fruit, but during the wind they fell off, but they're like the tiniest trees. They're kind of blocked by this great big giant cedar mass there. But here's a fruit punch. Seem to have a lot of fruit punch. Not a lot, but we have, in the food mangoes, we have several of these smaller trees with a couple fruit on them, it looks like. The butterflies, baby. Fruit punch. And then Valkyrie. There was more mangoes on that, I thought. I know there was. I know there was. Valkyrie. See, that's the mangoes. This is a Valkyrie. Look at these. So yeah, and you know, as far as selling this property, it's, you know, we're not really, you know, of course, don't really want to sell. But would possibly, but we're not like looking for people to come over here and go through our house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. We're trying to sell the farm. It's got encaustic tile floors and wood floors. You know, those light-colored oak, or is it oak? No, it's something else, but they're nice. Everything's nice. Redone, except for the bathroom and the laundry room is, I find repulsive. So I just got sick of the rebuild and stopped there. So that's it. But it's a nice house, so that's why I don't want to sell it. So here's the cows that came out here, see? And there's all kinds of grass in here. I've rotationally grazed the whole farm until I got the cows where the cows are, and I stopped because I didn't think that they could do the hot wire. But they're the most intelligent, well, not the gray cow probably, but I'll just show you a little bit. I know it's a mango video, but people seem to be interested in Silvopasture and rotational grazing and all that stuff. So they're in this pasture right now, which used to be just mowed, horrible pasture that was kind of like this. That's where I mowed it. This area was like, it's still compacted and never recovered. But, so they're back here. My darling little Pepsi. Hi, girl. And Skitch. Hi, Skitch. And they can go all the way up to the barn from here. So it's, but you can see the grass in there where I didn't mow. It's like, there's quite a bit of Nice tall grass in there. So they're happy. And then there's another pasture there. So it's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do them 7 days each. I know it should be better, but I'm going to eventually incorporate the donkeys and the cows and do long pastures all the way to the back. But I have a pasture here that they're not on, the cows, or the donkeys that I've been rotationally grazing consistently, and there's grass on it. Seed grass, which is excellent, and it's not that type of grass that people hate here. My cows like they like those weeds, those Caesar weeds. They love those. They'll eventually eat all those away if I left them in there permanently. So yeah, it's good grass. It's a mix. I didn't plant it, thank God. I didn't plant any of these pines. Isn't that amazing? So yeah, is this Silvopasture with the pine trees in there? And I have fruit trees in there and the cows? Most definitely. But was it planned that way? Probably. I didn't think the pine trees and stuff would be so quick growing. Okay, so I'm gonna go around here and look at some mangoes. I forgot to look at Little Gem. She's covered in mangoes. I got sidetracked with my cows. That's where my heart is. That's what we want to do. My partner is like his pets with the cows. The bull is his buddy, and so he can do no wrong. So I need his help with the cows. It just so I got his help this weekend to take down the old rusted fence. This is a cotton candy. Look at this. Oh. There's one on the ground. Okay, there you go. Get that on the way back. This is ice. Oh, I'm not coming back this way, so how am I gonna get it? Okay, I got the cashew. I got the cotton candy mango. Look at this ice cream mangoes. There's a whole bunch of them. They're not ready. They look good though. There's a lot of them. We got a few trees of ice cream, or 5 trees that most of them have fruit on them. If you think that ice cream is not a heavy producer, look at this one branch. I mean, those 3 on the bottom have been sitting on the ground. And this branch has 2, so I need to come back here and thin those after this is done. Maybe I'll leave these here and get them when I come back. Plant this cashew while I'm wash my hands, and look at this Valkyrie mango. Yes, excess watering here is totally never been done. The only input we have done is, all that stuff when I was Demeter certified. And I put 50 pounds of zebu manure on these more than a year ago, or near these. And then I stay off the soil. I go on it to pick, and if I need to go on it, I go on it. But I mostly stay. I stay off of it. I don't disturb the trees, or I disturb the trees soil as little as possible is what it is. So these are a coggshall. I don't really like coggshall. I see they're going to be growing everywhere around here because the creatures are getting them all. There's a coggshall too, but here's a that's a carry. This is a carry too. I'm gonna pick this one. It wasn't even ready. Oh, I thought those were claw marks. Big carries, nice. Oh, smells so good. Those are the cogshalls. Here's more ice creams. I think I picked one off this tree. It was like ready. This tree was the last ice cream to produce. I shouldn't have picked that carry, but now I know the fruit is not ready. There's more carries there. Here's the lancetias. Look at these things. They're starting to look good. They're getting big. I think this is about when I picked them last year. See the claw marks on them? That's like the size of the buttercream I ate. Maybe it was a little bit smaller, but I think it was that big. And it was so delicious I couldn't stop. And I thought I had overindulged on like basically my first mango of the year. Overindulging can happen on mangoes. Thankfully, with mangoes, you recover. But sometimes you have to wait until the next year, I think. Sweet Tart. It's easy for me to overindulge because I have so much. What do they ask? Well, I'm not here to do this. I'm here. We're here to provide food. We're here to feed. We're here to feed the world. Oh my God. Oh. I'm here to feed myself, and then I'm here to feed other people if I have extras. And so far, I've only given mangoes away, basically, or traded them. That's what I've done. But it's in the hundreds of dollars. This is a peach cobbler. That's this year. I marked it all down. It's all legit. So, one thing being organic certified, it taught me how to keep good records. These peach cobblers. I have one that I plucked from the non-food mangoes that I eat. That's what I mean. That's the whole cow thing is ridiculous. It is a management thing, and it's a management thing with the soil health, and it's a management thing with the E. coli, and it's a management thing with the methane. All can be fixed or created with holistic management of cows. They know this. They just refuse to admit that that's correct. And it's just bizarre, but that's how the world is. I guess it's always been that way. I don't let it bother me. I just do what I need to do to grow more food and to show people that they can do it too. And they don't have to know it all. To know to mix clean cow manure a little bit in the soil, and it could probably grow all your food. And definitely it does this. I grow a little food, but I'm going to leave this here because it's just getting to be too much. So I have to come back here. I've already done my crop cleaning for the day, so that chore is done. People want me to do all this stuff, but it's like, it's only me. And then I get a little help now from my partner. They do the books, so that is the biggest, probably the biggest thing. And finance it all. So here's a ice cream. But they believe in it. They're like, I don't want to sell, really. I'm like, neither do I. But if somebody wanted to come by and had a vision for what they thought they could do with it, I guess it really doesn't matter, because they're going to do something different, probably. So I don't know. Selling the farm is like the trees. It changes from day to day. Just saying. Oh, it's really low taxes here because it's an old house and it's all agricultural land, obviously productive agricultural land. So I'm gonna practice Garcinias inside the pine groves, or maybe I could start on the edge. The mangoes really didn't like being planted in it, but Garcinias might, because they send down huge taproots. I got a bunch of seeds I have to plant. I'm gonna do that back here. Anyway. Thought I was gone, huh? This is Eric at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and this is Florida Natural Farming, and I hope you have a wonderful day.